Life is like playing cards. It doesn't matter the kind of cards you play with, but how you play it. This reminds me to focus on future. For a son of nobody who wants to become somebody without knowing anybody must not think like everybody. Going far is not about the ride you drive, but the passion you strive. Greatness comes when you strain your brain to rain your pain towards the goal you aim to gain again. Never engage in vices, but seek for advices. Be humble, because no matter how high a cost of a river is, it can never be a sea. But see, even the ocean receives tributaries from a stream. If you can defeat a man with fist, don't mind his fears, for manifest will tell you life is a game for a fool, dream for the wise, tragedy for the poor, and comedy for the rich. But the remedy for happiness in life is never riches, but a helping hand. Success may come when a team deemed to redeem a dream into reality. Never crash, for you will cry. Don't last, for you will lack. But love, and you will live. Live in love, that's all what life is about. Listen, you're a lion, people are sheep. The lion doesn't bother itself with the opinions of a sheep. Tell yourself you're the greatest. You are the first, not the second. You are the primary, not the secondary. Be the president and seek advice, but not the vice. Never think about what people say. The way people see us, that's not how we see ourselves. So, don't let the way people see you be the way you see yourself. People may think you are rich because you always wear sneakers, but they may never know you don't have slippers. Be very proud, but never feel pride. Be humble, but never fumble. Neither feel inferior nor superior, because the criteria for being superior is not an inferior, but from the interior. To feel bossy, it's from inside, it's from the mind. Don't be a jeep, but jam your brain, because it is the only thing that can make you great. Always move forward. You are a lot, so never turn back. Tell yourself you never quitting. You started, so you are going to finish. People may see how great you are, but still doubt how gracious you are. Respect people, but never inspect their affairs. Understand people, but never understand their views. Don't worry because you are rejected, but feel sorry because you are accepted. But pretenders, always feel respected and never be underrated. Never feel neglected because you are rejected, because there is no key that can convince a monkey that honey is sweeter than banana. Always focus on the future today and forget about the past and forget about your ex, because Malcolm X said, the future belongs to those who prepare for it today. Wisely use the new day, because any day above the ground is a decision day. Don't be egocentric and never be overfamiliar, but increase the space between you and people to decrease the pressure between you and them. Else you will be bored. That's the implication of the gas law of bored. Don't be everywhere. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be anywhere, but be rare. Water is life, but gold isn't. But gold is expensive than water, because water is everywhere and gold is rare. You have gold, so be a gold, and don't see people to be your enemy, but see them as your family. For family is not only about biology, but also loyalty. You are a conqueror. Be an emperor. You're more than a queen, so be an empress, and don't stress yourself for people to be impressed, but stretch your strength for your goals to be fed. Listen, something baffles me. I don't understand who made the rule that the majority rules. I'm not saying it's not cool, but what if one day the minority was right too? I never understood who declared the madman mad. The madman knows not he's mad, right? He knows that what he does is right. We know the wrong, but we do it, right? The madman is mad because he behaves like a madman. We are not mad, but we behave like a madman. So now, who is mad? The madman lives in filth. We do too. The madman does not labor, but he expects to eat. We do too. The madman does not discriminate. He doesn't vote more than once, but the madman is violent. Yes, we are too. I once had a conversation with a madman. He told me he wasn't crazy. The word was. He said to me, why do you call a fruit which is green orange? Why do you vote for a person who calls himself a politician to spend your money? Why do you fight for religion's sake? Don't you think your God can defend himself? So where lies your faith? Why do you discriminate where we are all bound to die one day? You force luxury to be necessity. The demand line is straight, but you call it a curve. That is far from sanity. That little girl should be studying her books, but she roam on the street to sell, all in the name of poverty, while her parents live in comfort, harmony. You place weight on wealth, so the poor man's ideas don't count. You tell me,
guys,
I could not pass my science paper because I wrote and I failed in science, but I couldn't get that science paper to get me into law school. Hey, that's cool. You force your children to what who couldn't be, so they end up like China phone limitations. So they can't push their boundaries beyond the system's limitations.
Thank God, I'm sure that if I leave you, you go on and on and on and on. But the reason why I had to cut in is they have to get this book, should they not?
Sure.
Absolutely. So, George PenGod, Edu Poku, this man is a book lover, so I'm sure he'll be your first buyer. But great piece of work over there. There were so many questions that you asked in there, and then I said, answer and question. Question for the gods, answer from the gods. Why do you force your kids to do what you couldn't do?
Yes, from science to law. I'm not sure. I wanted to get that and then question you about it, but
Gladly, I didn't read science.
Hey, thank God. So, how long have you been doing this?
Since I was 6. You know, my first piece that I did was at Japekrum when the Omahini at Lukonkonchia, the second was in Sud, that I did the piece. When I was 6, that was like 2005.
Wow.
So, since then, I've been doing my own thing, but I started doing this like professionally since 2018.
2018.
Impressive.
And how's it going for you?
Great. Since you're holding a book and then I'm making sales, and even the first copy that I printed is out of stock right now. So this is the last copy that you're holding.
Wow.
Amazing. So where can we get a copy of this?
Right now, it's gonna be on Amazon next month.
Okay.
But the hard copy, when you hit me up on Instagram or my Gmail, you can get it.
Okay, so a poetry collection forwarded by Dr. Evans Asante, PhD holder, obviously. The title of the book is The Anchor, and it is written by George PenGod, Edu Poku. There's a lot about this poet behind the book, and I'm sure it's got about, I hear 70, how many?
70 poems.
70 poems in this book, all of it. That is a lot. So you write all of them yourself?
Every single
Okay, which greatest poets do you look up to?
You know, I look up to so many. Like the last poem that I performed is not my piece. It's Elidior the Poet who wrote it.
Okay.
So this interview that I'm about to do, I don't want to talk about myself. I want to talk about poetry. You know, you cannot have an appetite for a food you haven't eaten before, right? So one thing I want to implore the media house is that there are 760 hours in a week. So we should at least give poetry 2 hours in a week. Every 2 hours, every week, 2 hours for poetry. Just play spoken word like pieces so that at least the people out there can also enjoy poetry, because when you listen to poetry, you could feel like it's so spiritual, it's so deep than most of the music that we play on radio. We could be honest. So my plea is that at least we should give poetry and spoken word some attention, so that because the next generation, if the next generation are listening to poetry, they are going to change their whole life.
I bet they are going to change their whole lot.
Absolutely.
I bet they're going to change a whole lot. Are they? No.
They are.
Okay, but are you happy with the little platform that's given to you this morning?
100%.
Okay, and you said we can get this book on your...
One thing I am pleading is that not just the interview, because after this interview, people are going to talk about like a week, maybe a day, or maybe a month.
No. For MX24, they'll talk about it forever, we guarantee you.
Oh, sure, but I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about my genre, because a great fish do not just think about itself, think about the ocean, because if the ocean dries up, the fish dies.
Yeah.
So without the spoken word genre, without the poetry genre, I'm out.
I think it's a good call. I mean, like movies, like music, poetry is also an art form.
Sure.
And it should get equal representation on TV. So, PenGod, that's a good call. And we'll see to it that we do that over here. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us.
And I want to tell you that I come from Jakokrom, and that town is one of the greatest like municipality in Ghana. We produce like almost 90% of the entire cashew production in Ghana.
Cashew?
Please, no, I'll
Nice.
take your number. I was asking for someone who produces cashew.
Cashew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that's a
we'll
good
talk.
one.
And then our road is not nice, so the government
calling
should
for-
please, like
I
our
like this
road is
guy.
not nice. We are producing, and in Ghana, Ghana is one of the
Main
three
exporters.
exporters of like
cashew.
largest exporters of cashew. And then when it comes to Ghana, it is Jama North and South that we produce the much cashew. So the government should please come to our aid. Our road is not nice at all.
Thank you
This
very
man is
much.
such a
I really
patriot.
like him.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
him. George,
yeah,
he's a
yeah.
good one. Thank you so much. Are you on
Welcome.
social media, quickly?
Yes, my social media handle is DE_PenGod on Twitter and Instagram.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
such a clarion call from him this morning. I hope that we heed to it. But thank you so much, PenGod. And thank you for joining us all the way from 7 a.m. till today. Thank you for tuning into the best morning show on television, the AM Club. My name is MFA Kosiadeti.
My name is Godwin Nambo. We're back here tomorrow with Throwback Thursday. Enjoy the rest of your day.